watching. It's Chris, and I'm here to talk about Dalvin Cook. Now, Cook tears his ACL in week 4 of 2017. It was looking like it was going to be a pretty good rookie year. Hasn't really done anything in the preseason, and yet dummies like me are telling you to consider him in the first round of your fantasy football draft. That seems extreme, but I think he's kind of an extreme talent. So, what I thought I'd do today is go through some Dalvin Cook film, limited though it might have been last season, and we'll see what we see, and then reconvene and talk about strategy when it comes to Mr. Cook for 2018. Cook is going to take this inside handoff out of shotgun, and I want you to watch what a real stop leg, go leg looks like. That left foot hits the ground the moment he sees his path is blocked, and he doesn't lose speed, and that's what we're looking for. Does the back have to gather himself? And Cook, to make a cut, does not have to gather himself. That's both lateral quickness, vision to see where he has to go, also a vicious little cut, and then the acceleration to get around the corner, and Cook has really good acceleration. He doesn't need to accelerate here as much as lesser backs might because he never slows down as much as lesser backs might. He's still going fast, so when he hits the gas, well, he's going all the faster. Hey, a quick break just to say thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today, and it's not too late to get my Harris Football 2018 Player Profile Almanac, and DraftKings will get it to you for free if you make a first-time deposit into a new DraftKings account of $10. Normally the Almanac costs $17, so it's a pretty good deal. It's a 200-whatever page PDF. It's got film grades on everybody and lots of ranks and some fun jokes and stuff. I think you'll like it in preparation for your draft. If you're ready to get that almanac, all you have to do is click the link below me in the show notes, go on over to DraftKings, and make that first-time deposit of $10, and within 24 hours, they will mail you this almanac. Thank you very much, DraftKings, and I appreciate it. Hope you get that almanac. And let's go back and watch more Dalvin Cook film. Back at it with examples of Dalvin Cook's uncommon feat. This is the game he got hurt in last year, week 4, and this is a 7-yard gain. All right, ho-hum, 7 yards, Harris. I don't pay you to tell me who gets 7-yard gains. Hey, by the way, you don't pay me at all. But yeah, watch Cook's feet. Watch how many times he uses a step on this run to change his vector, one to the left, one back to the right, and then sort of both feet turning direct contact into a glancing blow, missing what would have been a direct hit. And it's only a 7-yard gain, but it's the kind of footwork and ability to keep momentum forward that will turn into bigger plays on other plays. Look what feet like this did against the Steelers. This is a power blocking play. There aren't naturally designed cutback lanes, but if Cook feels it and wants to cut back to the backside, his right, that's fine. That's not the special part here. The first move, what's special is what happens when he sees the defensive back, number 28 there, filling on the edge. And he bounces again laterally, and that just looks different. And then, whoosh, because he didn't lose momentum in the cut, he's back up to speed again, and he's almost gone. That was called back to the 1-yard line on replay, but that's quite a run. Watch how fast he gets going on the flat pass to the right. Any running back should be able to make the catch. That's be in the open field, turn up field. Yeah, we know. But can you see the explosion once he realizes he's in the open? And then the little Kareem Hunt-like vector adjustment to sort of back inside, right, when he's going down the sideline. Yes, there are many times on my podcast when I talk about, listen, you can't give big credit for that play. He was by himself. But hopefully we can all tell the difference between how fast Cook gets up to speed here and some random schmo. So heading into NFL draft season, a year and a half ago, Dalvin Cook was considered a candidate to be the number 1 running back off the board. It was him or Leonard Fournette. And then the Underwear Olympics happened, and then the Combine happened, and Dalvin Cook sort of flunked the Combine, and all of a sudden, he fell in the draft. He was the number 41 overall pick, and folks thought, well, I saw his Combine performance, he must not be that quick. And I'm here to tell you, based on 4 games from last year, he's that quick. Nice hole for Cook to get through on the first defensive level, but watch what he does when he gets up to poor, stupid Chris Conte. Chris Conte's probably a perfectly intelligent guy. Sorry, Chris Conte. But he didn't look so good here. Wow. Give him the dead leg with the right leg and then burst sideways left, and a tackler who was 5 feet away from you doesn't even touch you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and guess Dalvin Cook, pretty good at playing tag when he was a kid. So, okay, we'll talk about Cook from a fantasy perspective in a second because he's coming off the catastrophic knee injury. But if you're going to poke a hole in his 4 games of rookie tape, it's certainly that he's not a power back. This is a pretty stiff shot he takes from Kendall Beckwith, but it's not exactly square. Now, there's a way to take this blow if you have some power and keep going. And okay, he didn't this time, but take a look at who's delivering. See Cook's body take the hit on his right side and recoil. Like, who's delivering here? Who's giving the shot and who's taking it? You know, he's running. He should have as much, if not more, momentum than the linebacker. And in fact, he's the one who's doing the bouncing. That sort of lets you know on film, all right, that wasn't a run with a lot of power to it. Against the Steelers, I'm not blaming him that the house collapses on him here, but is he generating any inertia? Stronger backs, power backs, they might see no lane, but they're going to hit someone, and Cook isn't really that guy. He tries to cut back, he's sort of nudged by his own lineman. He's not bad, he's just using his feet to find space rather than try to punish somebody. This is one of his 2 goal line carries in those first 4 games before he got hurt. So, okay, you can't blame him. There's not a lot of room to run, but again, not a lot of oomph. It's looking for space, and if space isn't there, all right, fall down, try the next time. And the next time he scores, but again, it's more about picking the hole, not so much about hitting somebody. He's not big. He's 5'10", 210, but then again, that's Alex Collins' size, and Cook is laughably better agility-wise, acceleration-wise, receiving-wise than Collins. But it's pretty obvious. We've looked at Collins' tape, and for as much holes as I poke in Collins' tape, he wants to punish tacklers much more. This one isn't a he got wrecked in the hole kind of play, but a stronger person has a chance to shrug off this contact. If a linebacker gets his hands on Cook, from what I saw last year most of the time, he's going to the turf. But what Dalvin Cook should be able to do is a little bit of the Devontae Freeman thing between the tackles. No, he's not bowling people over, but give him a minute to see the field after a handoff, and he can get you interior yardage. This was actually Cook's only carry of his rookie year on a 3rd or 4th down and 3 or fewer yards. And as you can see, the Saints don't get him early, and I'm not calling this a crazy special run, but Cook cuts into a hole, turns upfield because he knows he needs a first, and he gets it. He's not Devontae Freeman between the tackles, but he also doesn't need to come out of the game for Latavius Murray every single time the Vikings have to run for tough yards. On the goal line, I would expect it, but actually between the 20s, I think Cook can play a lot more than Murray. And of course, there I have stumbled upon the key issue when it comes to Dalvin Cook. Will he play, and how much will he play? And I'm not a Minnesota Vikings coach, so I can't tell you for sure. So far, as of my recording this, we've seen 3 preseason games, and we've seen Dalvin Cook run it twice, and neither time did they give him an outside play where he had to cut. It was pretty much run straight into the line. One of those runs, a little bit of power, but the question is, how much is Latavius Murray going to play, and how much should that be cutting into Dalvin Cook's draft value? And I watched those first plays that I showed you, and I can't get away from the idea that he is one of those special guys. I never expect him, maybe his entire career, but certainly not this season, to have a full workload. Murray certainly will be involved. But that's okay. Almost every backfield in the NFL is some level of timeshare, and Cook is in one too. I did, after the 3rd preseason game, lower Dalvin Cook just a little bit because it's unnerving to take on the risk of not having seen him play. Little bit though, in a standard league, he's just behind Melvin Gordon for me. He's at the end of the 1st round. In a PPR, he's more like a 2nd round pick, right behind Christian McCaffrey. You can find my ranks at harrisfootball.com. So I tried to take the extra risk of not seeing him play into account, but folks who've seen Minnesota Vikings training camp have said he has looked spectacular in drills, and they are really just taking care of him, making sure he's healthy. I can't tell you what the workload looks like week 1, but I can tell you I still advocate for Dalvin Cook as an early fantasy football draft pick. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.